You know, we're always taught that getting rich is some kind of complicated math problem, that you have to be a genius with spreadsheets. But what if I told you the single most important factor for financial success has almost nothing to do with how smart you are, and everything, and I mean everything, to do with how you act? Okay, just think about these two people. On one hand, you've got this brilliant tech executive, made millions. He was so flashy, he literally threw $1,000 gold coins into the ocean for fun. He ended up totally broke. And then you've got a local janitor, never made much more than minimum wage. He just quietly saved his whole life. And when he passed away, he left behind an $8 million fortune. And this quote right here, this is what it all boils down to. The tech genius, yeah, he had the brains, but the janitor, he had the right behavior. This one idea is the key to, well, pretty much everything we're about to get into. So this brings us to a really crucial point. Managing your money is way more about psychology than it is about, say, physics. In physics, the laws are fixed, right? But with money, your emotions, your habits, they can completely steamroll how smart you are. And you know what? There's an amazing opportunity in that fact. Think about it for a sec. You would never, ever see an amateur surgeon do better than a professional one. But in finance, oh yeah, an ordinary person with good, solid habits can absolutely crush a Wall Street genius with terrible ones. And that means financial success is actually within your control. So, because success is in our control, we have to realize that the biggest battles aren't fought on some trading floor. Nope, they're fought right inside our own minds. It's really a war against our own ego, our greed, and that constant nagging need to keep up with everyone else. Let me ask you something. Picture this. You're walking down the street and this amazing bright red Ferrari just roars past you. What's the very first thing that pops into your head? Most of us would probably think something just like this, right? We see the car and we instantly think, wow, that person driving must be so successful, so cool. But is that really what's going on in our brain? The truth, the psychological reality, is a little different. We don't actually care about the driver at all. They're basically just part of the scenery. We use their car as a mirror for what we want. We see it and immediately start daydreaming about how much admiration we'd get if we were the one behind the wheel. And this little mental trick reveals a huge secret. What we usually see, the fancy car, the giant house, that's not wealth. That's just spending. Real wealth is what you don't see. It's the money that's quietly growing in an investment account, totally invisible to the outside world. And this is the critical difference you've got to understand. Spending money to look rich just creates car payments and credit card bills that trap you. But real invisible wealth, it does the exact opposite. It buys you freedom, it buys you options, and it gives you control over your own life. I mean, just look at a guy like Rajat Gupta. He was the CEO of a huge firm already worth $100 million. He had everything he could ever possibly need, but he just wanted more. So he started insider trading to chase an extra $17 million. And guess what? He got caught, he lost everything, and he went to prison. Think about that. He risked what he had and needed for something he didn't have and didn't need. Okay, so if we can win that inner psychological game, how do we play the outer game? Well, it all comes down to one simple thing: surviving long enough to let the magic of time and compounding do its thing. $81.5 billion. I just want you to look at that number for a second. Just let it sit there. What on earth could that possibly represent? Get this. That is how much of Warren Buffett's net worth he earned after his 65th birthday, after he was already eligible for Social Security. Look, his skill is investing, no doubt, but his real secret weapon, it's just time. He started investing when he was 10 years old, giving compounding decades and decades to work its unbelievable magic. But here's something that might be even more surprising. Over his whole life, Buffett has owned hundreds of different stocks. And you know what? The vast majority of them were just kinda meh. Some were even total duds. He made almost all his money from just a tiny handful of massive home runs. The lesson here is just, it's huge. Good investing isn't about being right all the time, not even close. It's about surviving all the times you're wrong long enough for those few times you're spectacularly right to pay for everything else. You just have to stay in the game. And staying in the game actually requires two completely different,
almost opposite skill sets. Getting money, that takes optimism. It takes a willingness to take risks. But keeping money, well, that requires the opposite. It requires a dose of humility and a bit of paranoia to know that it can all disappear just as fast as it came. A guy named Jesse Livermore was an absolute master at getting money. Back in 1929, he made the equivalent of $3 billion in a single day. But he was terrible at keeping it. He got addicted to the risk, kept doubling down, and just 5 years later, he'd lost it all. He learned the hardest lesson of all. Survival is the most important skill there is. So all of this, all these stories and ideas, they lead to the most important question of all. Why? Why are we even playing this game with money? The real goal of wealth isn't a bigger house or a faster car. It's about buying the one thing you can never, ever have enough of. The highest form of wealth, the absolute greatest dividend that money pays, is control over your own time. It's the ability to wake up in the morning without an alarm clock and say to yourself, I can do whatever I want today. That right there is the real prize.
So how do you actually buy this freedom? Well, it's about making choices that prioritize your peace of mind over squeezing out every last dollar of return. It's about living below your means, owning your home, not for the financial return, but for that feeling of stability. Keeping enough cash on hand so you're never forced to sell your investments at a bad time. The goal is to be able to sleep well at night. At the end of the day, it's a really simple trade-off. Every single dollar you spend trying to show other people how much money you have is a dollar you can't use to buy more of your own freedom. You are literally trading your own autonomy for a little bit of admiration from strangers. So, the final question, the one I want to leave you with, is for you. Take a good look at your own financial life, your spending, your savings, your goals, and ask yourself this: what are you really buying? Is it status or is it freedom?